And on business news tonight, Director General of Sri Lanka Customs Jagat Vijayveera says that they hope to introduce a Green Line channel in the near future. He made this statement during a special event held in Colombo yesterday.
The 78th annual general meeting of the Imports section of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce was held in Colombo yesterday. The chief guest at the occasion was Director General of Customs Jagat Vijayveera.
Our future plan is I happy to note you that we are going to introduce some green line channels with more facilities which will be converted into a AEO program according to the World Customs Organization.
Is a need of the hour right now is a private bonding facility. You will agree with us with today's high financial cost. See, the private bond is something necessary for the large importers where we have to stock goods for sale.
The following report is by News First You reporter Chamila Priyangika. Take a look.
A certain person or group had attempted to break into the enclosure housing the Buddha statue of the Bhattavala Purana Vihara that is located in an area that comes under the purview of the Homagama Divisional Secretariat.
Mama News First Venuin, you reporter Chamila Jayatunga, Homagama Sika.
A special event was held in Colombo yesterday in line with the US Independence Day, which falls today. Speaking at the occasion, Minister Anura Priyadarshini Yappa notes that the United States has become a major stakeholder in Sri Lanka's economic development.
A number of distinguished guests, including ministers as well as members of parliament and civil society, were present at the occasion. Former Army Commander and leader of the Democratic Party Sarath Fonseca, as well as former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, also graced the occasion.
This is a celebration not only of the United States independence, but it's also a celebration of the friendship, Mr. Minister, of the ties between our two nations. So I want to underscore first and foremost that we value greatly the relationship we have with Sri Lanka and with you, the people of Sri Lanka. Our ties with Sri Lanka have continued to expand and deepen over the years. And our programs are designed, as I said, to build bridges between our country and Sri Lanka, to build bridges between the people of the USA and the people of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka and United States of America, as two countries that share common values and ideas, have always enjoyed excellent bilateral relations. In fact, people-to-people contacts between our two countries go back for centuries. Today, our two countries are major economic partners, and the USA remains the biggest single export market for Sri Lanka. At this juncture, when our government, under the leadership of His Excellency President Mahinda Rajapaksa, has launched a major economic drive following the end of the conflict, the United States has become an important stakeholder in our country's economic development.
Chandrika Subhashini was placed 8th in the women's 400 meters at the 20th Asian Athletic Championship in Pune, India. Chandrika clocked a time of 56.83 seconds. Meanwhile, Jani Chaturangani was placed 7th in the women's 100 meters after clocking a time of 11.91 seconds.
Moving on to more sports stories, Sri Lanka topped Group B of the Asian Youth Netball Championship by clinching victory against Singapore in their 4th match of the tournament. The 8th Asian Youth Netball Championships is being held in Brunei. In today's encounter, Sri Lanka beat Singapore 63 points to 40. Sri Lanka previously defeated Thailand, Maldives and Nepal on their way to the top of Group B.
Sri Lanka suffered a defeat at the hands of Pakistan today in the Asian Zonal Qualification Tournament for the Men's World Volleyball Championship today. Therefore, Sri Lanka must beat India tomorrow to keep their hopes alive in the tournament.
Pakistan clinched the first set against Sri Lanka 25 points to 14 in the match played at the Sugathadasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo. However, staging a spirited comeback, Sri Lanka won the second set 25 points to 22. Pakistan then claimed the third set 25 points to 17 to gain the upper hand in the match. The match intensified when the Lankans claimed the fourth set 25 points to 17. In a hardly fought fifth and final set, Pakistan beat Sri Lanka 15 points to 12 to win the match. Hosts Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan and Maldives are competing in this zonal qualification tournament. The top two teams in this tournament will qualify for the next stage of the qualification process for next year's Men's World Volleyball Championships.
You're with News First. Before wrapping up the news, let's take a look at Action TV.
On the 14th of May, the Minister of Education revealed about an investigation that had been handed over to the Secretary of the Ministry of Education of the North Central Province.
It is true that a post of director had been granted by the North Central Province in a backdrop where a case is being heard in court regarding a problem regarding question papers. This fax by the Provincial Education Minister states that the Provincial Education Director had granted appointments in an arbitrary manner. Therefore, we instructed the Secretary to the Ministry of Education to conduct an inquiry and take immediate legal action.
Quoting a letter from the Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Action TV exposed the false nature of the facts revealed by way of quoting a letter sent by the Provincial Education Minister. It is the Provincial Education Secretary who has, through this letter, ordered for the Provincial Education Director to grant illegal appointments. The Provincial Education Secretary not only shied away from conducting an investigation into the appointment as mentioned by the Minister of Education, but he had also vacated his post. The duties of the vacant post are now carried out by the Secretary of the North Central Provincial Council. As a result of an order issued by this individual to the Provincial Education Director, the entire Department of Education in the North Central Province is in anarchy. Thereby adhering to the order that was issued by the individual carrying out the duties of the Secretary of the Provincial Education Ministry, the Provincial Education Director had transferred 20 officers attached to the Education Administrative Service at once. The transfers were done on the service requirement basis, and among the 20 persons transferred were 5 senior officials. However, the Acting Secretary to the Provincial Ministry of Education is aware that not only the Provincial Education Director, but he too cannot transfer the 5 senior officials. The Acting Secretary of the Provincial Ministry of Education, who is also aware that only the Public Service Commission has the power to transfer the 5 senior officials, has used the Provincial Education Director as the scapegoat to commit this illegal act. One of the 5 senior officials who was transferred from the 1st of this month has been made to work under a junior officer who until then was under his supervision. However, these transfers in question can be considered to have been committed on political requirements, as a large number of officers with no proper qualifications and transfers from the Polonnaruwa district have been given promotions. These transfers may have been committed to cover up the bitter truth that has been in existence for a long period of time in the North Central Provincial Education Administration. The bitter truth is that 114 persons with no proper qualifications and proper letters of appointments continue to hold positions in the North Central Province Education Administrative Service. It is indeed humorous that the authorities who are supposed to rectify the situation in the North Central Province were to set off to Thailand to attend a workshop on education, spending over 30 million rupees. However, this tour was cancelled after the President himself intervened. In this backdrop, shouldn't a workshop to educate these officials on the Education Administrative Service be held locally? Governor of the North Central Province, this is over to you.
With that, we wrap up Primetime News. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Shamir Rasuldin. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place. Till then, take care and good night.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.